to from Good Weather. What was so significant about him that just captured you?
Well, I think he's really full of contradictions. You know, he's thoroughly competent at his job and thoroughly incompetent in his marriage, and half as a father. And you know, he's got a sense of humor, but he's got this giant sort of blind spot right in the center of his vision. And that's just sort of where we start. Guillermo mentioned several times where we were shooting Orson Welles as a model for F, who was this golden child who was good at everything and was a genius, and you know, his first movie was the best movie ever made, and then Magnificent Ambersons happened, and then something happened and just everything went off the rails, and he spent his entire life trying to get back to that. And where we see F is sort of right in the middle of shooting Magnificent Ambersons, basically. You know, everything that was going so right is suddenly going so wrong, and it's all falling apart at the same time. So that's a really exciting place to start as a character. And what's exciting is the journey that the character's going to go on. You know, because it's a limited series, because we know we're going towards a particular end. The character doesn't have to be a solid rock that doesn't change, and he can really change and grow, and I think he will.
Can you talk more about that journey that your character is going through?
Well, you know, it's in the books. It's an incredible arc, and I think that's going to be the general shape. But I'm sort of in the same place as anybody who's read the books in terms of knowing how our show is going to go. But I think the basic journey is from knowledge to wisdom. You know, he starts off and he's got all the answers, and he has the utmost confidence in the scientific method and all the protocols that he has used to solve problems. But this new challenge forces him to question everything, and it will be a constant process of stripping away this is what he believed the world was, and then a building back up towards something new. But I know that's incredibly vague. But
and how are you with horror? You know, there's a lot of
I'm
very visceral horror on this. But
I'm such a wimp. Although I really think, you know, the horror in this show is it's self-conscious in the best possible way. I think that you know, there is a sort of a meta aspect to the way the horror unfolds in here. You know something scary is going to happen, and then something scary happens, and it's so great to watch it with an audience because there's a lot of laughter. You know what I mean? There's the scares happen, but they happen in a slightly off-center way that's just a kind of absurd. So I think there's a real chance that the show could appeal to a lot of people who don't necessarily like horror.
Talking of scary things, how do you feel about the billboards around the country promoting this train? Have any friends and family complain to you?
Nobody's complained to me about them, but I think they're great. I think, you know, the point of a billboard is to get your attention and to get you to want to find out more about it. I think they did their job.
Was there something that surprised you when you saw it come to life on screen in the show?
I don't know about. It's hard to put my finger on it, but it was definitely. When you're dealing, the worms were little plastic green straws that we have, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that world that is done in post. And there's a gestalt to this show that it's not exactly what happens in the room with the other actors. There's the music and the color timing and certainly with special effects scenes, there's that stuff. And I think they really did a really masterful job of crafting that. And it's really helpful going forward to see the final product and to understand what good hands I'm in.